Yo guys, what are you saying? Sorry bro, I have to cut you off. Yo guys, what are you saying? Welcome back to the Khana Prep Podcast. This is episode 3. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today, I'm joined by the beautiful, my lovely assistant. Please introduce yourself.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today's a blessed day.
Say your name in it, bro.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's a blessed day, Friday. So obviously you want to say that it's a blessed Friday, alhamdulillah. And yeah, my name's MOHSIN. Today I have with me MASOOD.
Yeah, I just introduced myself. But
Yeah.
thank you for introducing me again. You know what I mean? But what are you saying, bro?
No, I'm good.
You're still in your dad's suit. You know, that was stand out. A few people mentioned the fact that the banter is natural on camera between us.
Of course.
So it's good. It's good to know, isn't it?
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody's feedback. And I think this podcast is going to be based on a lot of feedback that we've been getting, what people want to hear. A lot of people want to hear about our journey, weight loss. People want to hear about all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I want to say thank you to everybody that's been commenting on the videos, sharing the love, sharing the like, sharing the commenting, and I really appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's been a positive. Like the first episode, at least when it came out, we weren't really expecting the feedback that we got because obviously it's the first YouTube video, innit? It's the first YouTube video. Don't really know what to expect from it. But alhamdulillah, the feedback's been good.
It's been amazing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been really good. Excited for the second episode. By the time you guys are watching this, second episode is already out with Jahangir, personal trainer, MOHSIN. Yeah, and then this is the third episode because this individual decided to go Turkey in between.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Turkey, so hopefully in the next podcast we'll be talking about, or whenever the next podcast is, that mean you're going to be doing, talk about the experiences in Turkey.
How come you going Turkey so abruptly?
Why am I going to Turkey?
Well, when was this plan made?
Very impromptu, if that's the word. It was just all of a sudden. You see, my parents, they go abroad every year for a good couple of months to Pakistan.
They didn't go last year?
They didn't because obviously it was COVID.
No, is it? Okay.
You know what that is? You know?
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay, I thought I'd just let you know.
Okay.
But generally speaking, so yeah, they go every year for about 3-4 months. And I've just moved in, alhamdulillah, we've just got a house together with my parents. So inshallah, we're living with them. But they're going to be flying out for a good couple of months, and they wanted to leave the country just with us for a few days. So I'm going only for 3-4 days.
When did you make that plan? Was it like last week?
Yeah, literally last week.
What, your dad just hit?
My dad was like, when are we going to Turkey? And I was like, are we supposed to be going to Turkey? But you can never say no to your dad. Remember that.
Really?
Guys, never say no to your parents.
I need to stop. I'm joking. I don't say that, bro. You gone?
Yeah, and that's it. And so we're going for a couple of days, inshallah. Hopefully, it's everyone's been telling me there's a lot of amazing things in Turkey. It's a really nice place to go to.
I heard the food is really nice.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that.
Are you going to the place where everyone goes, like Istanbul? What's the actual name for it? It's something like Chernobyl, something like that. No, that's the place in Russia.
Sufyan's gonna have to search that one up.
No, I swear there's a. Oh, by the way, guys, sorry. There's a work being done in the building that we're in. Hence the new setup.
We're trying a new setup. Obviously, the studio is good. As you can guys probably hear, there's some work going on. But we wanted to make sure the content is still coming out. Hopefully, what we say is going to be of value. So we want to make sure it's still there.
Yeah, man, that's the main thing. The show must go on, as they say. But no, yeah. So you're going Turkey. You're going Istanbul for how many days?
3-4 days, I think. 4 days.
4 days, yeah.
Yeah, 4 days. So we'll be here for the next podcast. So when I come back next day, we've got a podcast game.
Do you like going on holiday with your parents?
I do. I like going holiday with my parents primarily because they've never actually gone to holiday other than Pakistan.
Yeah.
And Umrah. They've not really gone. We took a Morocco a few years back. They have not really been the type to go on sort of holidays. Sure, some people can sort of relate to that.
Yeah.
But I think alhamdulillah, they're at the age now where I think they're a bit more relaxed. They've got no more stresses on their head. So it's nice to spend some time with them in a setting where they're not used to.
How's your dad on holiday? Because I know you're very pragmatic when you're going on holiday.
No, I'm not.
Most of them will go on holiday, yeah, bro. He will literally work as hard as he does without being on holiday.
No. It's called making the most of having fun.
How are you going on holiday and you're more tired at the end of the day than a normal working day?
You see, I don't understand people who go on a holiday on like a 5-star resort and they stay there and they come back out.
You gotta sleep, man.
Yeah, you can sleep anywhere else.
2 weeks. You work hard. Like alhamdulillah, like our lives, yeah. We've chosen a life where it's not guaranteed to have personal pleasure in it, or like relaxation. So the time you do have that opportunity, why the hell do you want to spend it just being out all day?
just seeing new things. You know, when I go on holiday, I'm not sure how Turkey's gonna end up, but generally speaking, I like holidays that are a lot more sort of nature based. So I like, you know, going to places where there's a lot of mountains, a lot of water, a lot of. I'm really fascinated by nature. I don't think Turkey's going to be like that. I think there's very much Istanbul's going to be very much city. And then obviously taking my parents into consideration, I don't want to tire them out too much, so it'll probably be a lot more relaxed this time around, I think.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good, man. Try the Adana kebab there, innit?
Adana kebab.
Adana kebab.
I'm definitely not trying the ice cream where they just make you look stupid with that ice cream flipping.
Why not?
Nah.
Apparently, that ice cream tastes nice though.
Yeah.
Also, you also would like it. Your daughter would like it.
Probably. Yeah. She likes bubblegum ice cream. For some reason, I don't understand why all children like bubblegum ice cream.
I like bubblegum ice cream.
You like bubblegum ice cream as well? Yeah. That's why you're still a child.
I knew that was coming, innit? Otherwise, I set you up for
walked
one.
yourself right
Otherwise, I
to
set
that
you
one.
up for one, innit? Set you up for a goal, innit? A tap-in. I gave you a tap-in,
There you
basically,
go,
innit? You know what I mean? Because you haven't scored all season, so I'll give you a tap-in.
Sorry, are you Man U sport, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Just.
You was Man U sport as well?
I'm not no sport.
You used to support Man U?
No, I don't support.
Yeah,
no
you
Man U.
did.
I
What
did.
are you guessing?
I don't. So I have the leisure of just, you know, talking about any team. I don't watch football, so.
Okay. Okay, cool. So, basically, the crux, instead of in the basic crux of this podcast, I think a few people have been asking us over the last few episodes, our personal weight loss journeys, and understanding, what we decided to do, like what was the turning point, and what we decided to do in result of acting on that turning point and doing it.
You're going to be sharing the secret. Remember that, yeah.
The secret, bro.
Keep
The
watching
secret
if you want to hear about the secret.
This is losing weight secret, bro. Yeah.
Keep watching. You have watched till the end to get the secret.
Yeah. But basically, yeah, bro. I wanted to start with you. Obviously, we started at the same weight.
Pretty much, yeah.
110 kg, not the healthiest, stressful life, working 7 days a week, and unfortunately, when you're working 7 days a week, the main, especially if you're driven, the main aspect of your hustle is the goal, and sometimes other factors do take a back seat, which unfortunately is the health in this regard. But I want to know, like, from your point of view, like, what was the turning point? I know you briefly mentioned it on the first episode in regards to but is there like a more detailed story to it?
There is a story. There's always a story. And if you don't have a story, make one up. No, just say this is an honest story. But generally, you're right. I mean, we briefly touched it on the very first podcast. That was more about the team, obviously. But now let's delve into that. Let's spend this whole time, sharing the secret. Remember, watch till the end, guys. But where does it begin from? It begins from, like you said, from a very stressful lifestyle.
Where did it start from you? For you?
For me, it started from a stressful lifestyle. It started from being a full-time student at an Islamic seminary, being there full-time, also doing business full-time, also being a husband full-time, at some point being a father full-time, being teaching. So it was a 24-hour thing. And what happens in a 24-hour thing, what you lose is discipline. Everything else is disciplined. Your studying is disciplined, work is disciplined, everything else is disciplined. The one thing that you lose discipline is actually your food, is actually your eating. And that becomes a big problem. Yeah. And when you and I'm sure you've probably had a similar experience. The one thing that you don't care about, that you don't plan for, that you don't think about is your food. You're like, okay, yeah. And especially living in a time where obviously fast food is a lot more readily available, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, hashtag they're not sponsoring us for this, but I just thought I'd let that know.
You should sponsor us.
But yeah, you get my point? So it's just very easy. Pick up your phone, you order. And especially not ever being at home means, not being able to plan. And I think the first thing I'd say, and I think I want to share my story, and actually rather than telling the whole story and coming back and giving solutions, one of the biggest solutions is make sure you're planning your eating. And that was the one thing I didn't have. I didn't have a plan at any point.
Meal planning, meal prepping.
Yeah, meal prepping, yeah. I mean, yeah, meal prepping. If you're not prepping your meals, you've not planned your meals, you've not thought about your meals, what's going to happen is you're going to think of something on the spot.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times, if you don't know about dietary requirements or what you need to eat, you're going to pick up something which you think is healthy, but in reality it's not. And we'll talk about what healthy is. I'm sure we'll both talk about what's healthy a bit later. So that's where it started from. And it got progressively worse. So I wasn't always at 110 kilos. I wasn't always 30 kilo plus in weight where it needed to be. It was one of those things, as the weight went up, it was like, oh, I'm bulking. My shoulders are getting bigger. My back is getting bigger. You don't want to ever say to yourself, I've gained weight.
Were you going gym at that time or just?
I wasn't. It's like the question is like, for example, the best example I can give, if somebody's revising, but they're not revising at the same time. You're working, but you're not working. Like, you've got the illusion.
Like, you'll do it, like, out of 7 days,
Yeah.
you'll go, like, 3 times.
You'll go, it's the illusion is they're going there.
You go to the library.
Yeah, you go, you go, the illusion is that you're doing something, but you're not in reality.
Yeah.
So the illusion that it was for me, I was going to the gym, you know, hitting some numbers, as you want to call it. But again, when you don't have the right education, you don't have the right knowledge behind it, you don't know what you're doing. So I was training, you know, alhamdulillah, you know, I've done martial arts for many years. You know, I was training. But when this routine kicked in, the food just got out of control. And it wasn't that I was eating excessively. And this is a lot of people understand. Sometimes when you're training, you end up eating more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you do.
And you end up eating more. But it depends on...
If you're eating the right food, you end up eating more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's all about the nutritional content.
Yeah.
So I think I want to change the way from... I think there's a few words I think we need to, you know, make clear in this podcast. And I think I'm definitely guilty for using those words. I don't think we should use the word healthy. I think we should use the word nutrition, something nutritional, right? The food that I was eating, it was nutritionally disastrous.
Yeah.
High fat content, high calorie content. Did you know I went to a KFC once, right? And I saw the burger. I think one KFC meal was nearly 1,000 calories.
Yeah.
You'd eat here, and 3 hours later, you'd probably be hungry. 1,000 calories. Imagine you had 2 of those meals. You think, yeah, I've only had a burger and chicken. You had 2,000 calories that day just on 2 meals of KFC.
Yeah.
So the calorie content was massive. So that's where it started from.
It was calorie-dense foods, isn't it?
100%. Calorie-dense food, but the wrong type of calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can get into it, but eating that type of food isn't the worst thing. It's not recommended, but like if you want to lose weight, it is all about a calorie deficit. I think that's the biggest thing that people don't talk about. You're talking about negative words. I think the biggest negative words, especially in South Asian community, is I need to go on the diet. I need to eat less. It's not necessarily the fact that of eating less. It's actually people are just not educated in what actually to eat.
100%.
I remember when I was starting to lose weight. I had a very sudden realization after a few months of dieting like the South Asian way of eating less and restricting my carbs and everything like that. People think carbs are the enemy, which to an extent, you know, maybe having 1,000 carbs a day is not 1,000 grams of carbs a day is not the most beneficial, but it's an energy source. But the point I'm trying to make is I thought eating less would mean that I'm gonna lose more weight, but it's not the case. After a little bit of research, I realized quickly that if you eat the right type of food, like if you're eating chicken breast, rice, vegetables, that has a very low calorie content. Like that meal probably is 300, 400 calories. And in one day, you could have a large amount of that meal and still be full and still be in a deficit. So the main thing is the calorie deficit. I think that's what people don't understand. Did you want to explain?
No, 100%. I think you're right. I think understanding, educating yourself about what healthy eating is very important. There's no such thing as bad food. So food is never the enemy.
Yeah.
Like you said very accurately, burger isn't the enemy.
Yeah.
The issue is knowing what you're eating and how to eating. And like you used the word calorie deficit, I think it's probably important to explain the word what calorie. I mean, calorific or calorie, the word, is just the content the food gives to you. Every food has calorie, right? Deficit would just mean negative, less, right? And I think generally speaking, most people watching this podcast, the majority of the people, I wouldn't say all of them, majority, maybe 85% of people, like, how do I lose weight? And they're like, how do I lose weight? I'm not going to eat anything all day. And that is...
I'm not one roti.
And I think that is probably one of the worst things you can actually do. And how many times, even when I was gaining weight, I knew I was guilty of gaining weight. Number one, I didn't want to accept it. And I think the first rule of understanding to get fit is understanding the problem. The quicker you understand the problem, the quicker you can put things in to fix it. So I'm going to talk about my story and the question you've asked side by side, which is, the day I came to the realization I was overweight or I'd gained weight excessively, it was at that point I realized, okay, now what do I do? I'm at that point, I've gained weight, what do I do? Where do I start? The first thing that came to my mind was instantly, let's cut back the calories. Let's cut that calories, let's finish the calories, because I'm eating, I'm gaining weight, I won't eat, I won't gain weight. And I think that's the first mistake people make. The first thing that we need to understand is that's not the case. The first thing that you need to do is educate yourself. Number one, the first thing to understand is, well, wait, what am I eating? So I would say, if somebody comes to that realization, track your food. Write it down, take a food diary, maybe use an app, right? Maybe get a piece of paper, and let's say just track your food for about a week. Just write down everything that you eat. You get up in the morning, I had toast with egg, I had some tea, I had some paratha, I had some dal, I had some, whatever it is that you had.
Curry and rice.
Curry and rice,
I
whatever.
had curry and rice today.
There you go, mate.
It's not the best.
Just track it
But
for a week. Write down all your food and track it. Then work out your average calories. So, let's say in your day you worked out, and you'd be surprised. As humans, we have the habit of always underestimating our calories. So if you ended up having 600-700 calories, that was probably about 400 calories.
300 calories, yeah.
You've had the most scattiest burger from the worst food chain possible, and it's it's chicken in it, so it's about 300 calories.
Yeah, protein in it.
So writing it down, Googling it, trying to find an estimate, write it down. Over a week, you work out your average. So let's say you worked it out, and I'm guaranteeing you, if you're gaining weight, you're definitely having in excess of what your calories are, maybe 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, whatever calories that you're having. Once you've got that, that is your starting point. Mm-hmm. That will tell you, okay, I'm having 4,000 calories, or whatever that amount of calories you're having, right, a day, whatever it is that you're having. Once you've got your food diary, you get a pen and paper, and okay, you could do two things. Number one, you can work out your macros, or if you want to move into it on an easier, start maybe downsizing those calories, not getting rid of them, downsize. So for example, if you're having 5 toasts in the morning, take out a toast, take out a little bit of food here and there, and then track it for another week. See what it's doing to your calories. Because you don't want to slash your calories. You don't want to go from 4,000 calories to 1,000 calories. That's not healthy. It's never going to work for you. It's never good for you. You just track your calories. What you will realize that as you start to downsize your food portions ever so slightly, you will start to see the scale budge. You will start to see the scale move. As soon as you see the scale start moving, stop cutting calories. The best scenario is you want to eat the most you can and still lose weight. You don't want to be like, I want to eat the least amount I can to lose weight. What's going to happen if you stop losing weight? Then what are you going to do? You're going to starve for the rest of the day, right?
Yeah, that's not good.
So that's not good. That's never the best idea. So the most important thing I would say is diary, right? Any of
Repeat what you just said again. Eating the most amount of food for the least amount of calories.
So you want to eat the most amount of food possible,
yeah,
right? And lose weight. So if you can lose weight at 2,500, 3,000 calories and your scale's going down, don't move it.
Yeah.
Right? If the scale stops moving, maybe keep the calories the same, maybe slightly increase your expenditure. Expenditure meaning maybe start moving around a bit more. You don't want to move your calories unless it's absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
Absolutely necessary, move it by a little bit. Not by, let's say you move from 2,500, maybe you'll move down to 2,200. So that's one part of the calorie concept. Now, the reason why I started with calories, and a lot of probably viewers are probably thinking, well, why is he not talking about carbohydrates, fats and proteins? I think a lot of people get scared. I think a lot of people get hit a little bit scared about, okay, what are carbohydrates, fats and proteins? I think we should talk about that, don't you think? So I think generally calories are made up of 3 main sort of food groups. You've got carbohydrates, you've got proteins, and you've got your fats. So carbohydrates are the likes of your pastas, your rice, your wheat, that type of food basically. Your proteins are, your chicken breasts, your fish, and etc. And then your fats are obviously, your nuts and stuff like that. Obviously, every food has a bit of everything, or most foods will have a bit of everything. But we're looking at what the majority of your carbs, fats, and proteins are made out of. Your most important macronutrient is your proteins. Protein is non-negotiable, because protein is actually what builds the muscle. It's what repairs your wear and tear. That's what fixes you. It's what fixes you in the day. What do you think? I think I'm rambling on a little bit now, but do you want me to continue? Or do you want me to?
No, I mean, I just, you mentioned a few things. Yeah. I think the main thing, a main highlight from the talk that you just given, the lecture that you just given, the Mufti Meg lecture you just given.
I'm good at that, lectures.
No, I'm joking. So the main thing, I think the biggest thing that you've highlighted is the fact that I remember when I was trying to lose weight, the main key thing is basically, bro, like, guys, whoever's listening to this, if you're struggling to lose weight, then one thing that you need to know is I need to be on a calorie deficit. That's the first thing. 100%. If you don't know what calorie deficit is, maybe you were not explaining it properly, Google the definition, get some scientists to...
I've got a very simple definition.
Go for it.
And maybe Sufyan can put this up on the screen when it comes up. Like, calorie deficit is equals to calories out need to be more than calories in. Simple as. As long as your body is expending more than it's going into that mouth, you're going to lose weight. Full stop. Energy expenditure. As long as what goes in here is less than what you're expending, that you're using on a day-to-day basis.
How do people track their expenditure? That's the question.
Look,
how do people track their exercise? What does that equate to?
Look, exercise can be anything,
Yeah.
right? I don't think probably tracking expenditure is probably the best thing. I think maybe moving. So let's say people, like steps. For me, this, steps was a big one for me.
Steps. Underrated exercise.
For me, because of my schedule, because of generally what I do, most of my work is sitting down, right?
Yeah.
Meetings, office discussions, even now, look, we're sitting down.
Most people would probably relate to that.
Exactly. Most people are in offices, most people at home working, wherever they're working, right? The problem is that most of the time you're going to find yourself sitting down.
Yeah.
Expenditure, a good way. Don't go in the gym and put yourself through gruesome cardio for an hour. You're not going to keep it up. No. If you can, by all means, go do it. But I would say start moving a little bit more, right? Start moving a little bit more. Start doing steps. Every smartphone nowadays has something called a pedometer. Now, it's not 100% accurate. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to get you moving, right? Mm-hmm. So my phone has I'm sure your phone has something called a pedometer. Just type in steps, Samsung Health, iPhone steps, whatever it's called, and it'll have like a meter. My aim is normally on a daily basis a minimum of 10,000 steps, right? To hit 10,000 steps.
That's recommended.
That's recommended, right? But if you've not walked before, don't hit 10,000 steps. Start with if you hit 0 and a person starts doing at least 3,000 steps, that's 3,000 more steps than they would have ever done.
Yeah.
Start moving. So, and here's some ways that you can start moving a bit more. Maybe when you got a phone call, just get up and on that phone call, start doing steps. Masood, you won't believe it. Sometimes my most amount of steps on a day come from the days I have the longest phone calls. Because the minute I'll start walking. I'll start pacing up and down.
You an hour phone call, that's an hour walking.
Right. So if you've got a 20-minute phone call, 15-minute call, the minute you get a phone call, just pick up and start walking, right? That's one way of increasing steps. Number 2, maybe for lunchtime, go for a little walk. Number 3, maybe don't be lazy at home. Maybe rather than giving other people commands, go pick up something for me, go give me this, go give me that, just go yourself, go get it.
I just want to highlight this one thing because I think it's going to go over a lot of people's heads. If you can eat just a little bit less food than what you're currently eating. So for example, you mentioned I just want to summarize it so people can really understand and take it in. To lose weight, this is all you need to do is find out how much you're eating at the moment. So say for example, you're eating 2,000 calories a day to maintain your current weight. If you're 100 kg, you eat, it's not realistic, I'm giving an example. But if you're 100 kg and you're eating 2,000 calories a day, and that's what's keeping you at 100 kg, if you eat 1,800, accompany that by 3,000 steps a day, 5,000 steps a day, 10,000 steps a day, you'd be surprised at how much weight you can lose.
100%, man, 100%. I think a lot of people, what's very important, that fitness industry is full of a lot of crap.
Yeah, it is.
Right? There's unnecessary expectations, number 1. Right? And I think majority of people, they think you didn't gain weight overnight.
Yeah.
You never go up one day. I never go up one day and I was 30 kilos heavier. I didn't get up one day and then I woke up in a different world and I was 30 kilos. It was an accumulation of 4, 5, 6 years of gradually going up.
Yeah.
Right? And I think we need to be true to ourselves about expectations. If you've gained weight in 5 years, don't expect to lose weight in a week.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, I ate really, really good for a week and my scale hasn't gone down by 10 kilos. I think you have to be true to your expectations. Our body gains weight over a period of time.
Yeah.
Our body is going to lose weight over a period of time.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important for people to understand. And I think for me, going back to a bit of the story, the thing that worked for me the most as I was losing weight was taking every day as it comes. Don't give yourself like limits. Be like, okay, I'm going to make sure today I'm going to make sure I have a good day in my calories and my steps and my physical activity. And then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day. And then one of those days are going to be a bad day. When I mean a bad day, I think, again, I shouldn't have said that. It shouldn't have been a bad day. You might have a day where you're not happy with.
Yeah.
You might have, not done physical activity as much. Your food might have been a little bit off. But that's fine. Yeah. That one day has not all of a sudden made your body fat go up by 50%.
Yeah.
Your scale will be a little bit up. But that's just water. Look, I'm drinking water right now. If I drank 15 of these bottles and I stand on the scale,
you're gonna gain weight.
It's gonna gain weight.
Yeah, your scale is not gonna.
And if you eat carb, starchy stuff, your weight will go up. Most of it's water content. If you find yourself the scale goes up one day very quickly, relax.
Yeah.
That's just body weight. That's not, and that's, to be honest, that was a thing that proper played with me. Like,
yeah, I remember like you used to at the end of the day you'd be like, oh bro, my scale's not going down or whatever. You used to panic.
I used to panic.
Yeah.
I did used to panic, and I think that was unhealthy. Yeah. And I would recommend weigh yourself every day. Scientifically, it's proven that people who weigh themselves every day in the morning are more likely to lose weight.
On an empty stomach.
Huh? On an empty stomach after going to the toilet.
Butt naked.
Anyway,
no, I'm just letting you know that.
But if you weigh yourself every day in the morning after you've gone to the toilet, every day, scientifically, those people are more likely. Why? Because every day you'll be more conscious of your weight and you'll make better food choices.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, well, I do it once a week. It's fine to do it once a week. I'm not saying you have to, but you're more likely to be, if you every day you wake up in the morning, you're reminded to do something or you check something, it becomes in your mind, okay, I've checked my weight, I need to make sure my day is on a good day. So yeah, I think it's making sure that you understand that you have real expectations. You don't have unnecessary expectations. That's very, very important. So I think what we've covered so far is, number one, is to stay in a calorie deficit. Yeah. Calorie deficit means eating less, putting less than what you're expending. Yeah. We've talked about carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. We said protein is the most important.
I think the other key question people want to ask is, how long would it take for me to start seeing results? How long did it take you to start seeing results?
I think I saw results. It depends what you mean by results.
Like a change in either, like, for example, I'll start for me was that my clothes started fitting differently. I used to wear double XL t-shirts, and right now I'm wearing a large, but I can fit into a medium. I've gained a little bit of weight, but I'm, what I'm saying, we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna get it right again. But at my lowest, I was fitting into just about fitting into mediums, but comfortably fitting into a large. From a double XL, I think the first time I noticed it is when I was wearing, when you wear a t-shirt for a long period of time, you know how that fits on your body.
100%.
Well, I wore that double XL t-shirt one day and it started fitting differently.
Let me tell you something. You just reminded me, you're talking about clothes.
Fit differently.
The very blazer I'm wearing.
Yeah.
The very blazer I'm wearing right now.
That suit.
No, it's actually mine. Now, okay. I was given this as an Eid gift.
Yeah.
Right? By my brother-in-law, right? And this was 2 years ago.
Okay.
He bought me this on Eid, right? This is actual story, right? Verified. I'm sure, and this time when she comes on the podcast next time. Okay. So he bought this. He bought this for me on Eid, right? And I wore it. And I really liked the blazer. When I wore it, I was gutted.
That didn't fit you?
It didn't fit me.
Okay.
When I mean it didn't fit me, my arms, it wouldn't go around my shoulders. As in it was stuck. It just would not go on.
You couldn't do the button? Could you do the button?
I couldn't.
Okay.
So the gift was given to me at his house. So I kind of hung it up and he put it in a hook. And basically the plan was he was going to return it and get me a different size, a different one. Okay. But it stayed there. I think he forgot. I forgot about it, and I kind of purposely forgot about it because it wasn't fitting me. But obviously, I was trying to my biceps are too big, my shoulders are too big, my back is too big, and it stayed there. A year later, I was like, somebody said to me, "Why don't you go try that blazer on again?" I swear to God, Allah, I wore that blazer and it was loose on me. Right now, if you look at it, look.
Yeah, it's like
it's actually loose.
It literally looks like your dad's suit.
Yeah, literally. It feels like it's actually loose on me. And this was given to me and I think the best feeling is just two things. Number one, you are the last person, yourself, that are going to see things. The first people are going to see it first, right? But I would say, if you want to see results, I would go by data. I would go by numbers, right? Don't be over obsessed with scales. But as long as you're seeing the scale move on average every week, you're making progress. Now, you're only going to visibly see things yourself after pictures. Pictures are very important.
I'd say for the scales, if you've lost weight from the start of the month to the end of the month, then you're on track. Don't worry about week to week. I mean, week to week is realistic, but I think the most realistic, if you're like 100 kg in January and in February 1st you're 98, you've lost weight. Like you're on the right track.
Average.
Bro. You know what I mean?
You're right. I think that's a very important part of it, is to work out averages. So if you're losing weight every week, the scale is going to be like something like this. If I had a graph here, like I would draw it like something like this, right?
Yeah.
It's up, down, up, down, up, down. But as long as the trend line is going downwards, so like you said, from January till February, if you were to draw a plot on the graph and it's going down like this, overall, even though some days are going to be up, like, let's say one day you might have more water, some day you might have a little bit more carbs.
You might have a cheat day that month.
Whatever the case may be, as long as the average is coming down over the month, you're good.
That's it.
You're good. So I think it's very important. So me personally, I started for me what worked was day to day. Day-to-day accountability.
Same.
Day-to-day, like I got done today. Today is a good day. Third day is a good day. Fourth is today. Fifth day. Weekends I would slip up a little bit, but then I would be like, okay, do you know what? And then I started understanding, okay, if I'm going to slip up on the weekend, I'm going to have a cheat meal, I would save some of my calories. So I'll skip breakfast and I'll sort of carry those calories off to the last part of the day.
What was the longest streak of days that you had without going in a cheat day?
In all honesty, it's been really bad for me.
Okay.
I don't think I had more than 5 days on the
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna beat me.
No, I've never had more than 5 days or 5 days. In a week, I've definitely had a minimum of one cheat day.
My streak is 32 days. Oh, without having a cheat meal, cheat day, calorie deficit all the time. That was in Ramadan, bro. In Ramadan, I did it, bro. I was like, this is crazy. My routine.
And if you guys don't know Masood, for Masood not to eat on Ramadan is a big thing, bro.
If you know me personally,
this guy eats all the bakwas that he can find in his life. He eats it in Ramadan, bro.
But you know what my Ramadan?
Samosa with he eats pakode with swanya.
Yeah. Let's not.
He eats the worst combination.
People will stop buying from Khana if they find out. But you know what my schedule was? I used to obviously like break my fast in Maghrib time with shreddies, almond milk, have a date.
Tell everybody about almond milk.
I'll get into it. Almond milk is probably the biggest hack of the 21st century in terms of dieting, man. Legit, like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it tastes disgusting.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
It doesn't.
Oat milk tastes better.
No, with what though?
Huh?
If you put almond milk in a protein shake, it makes it a little bit thicker.
It tastes good. Yeah, no, I'm saying on its own.
On its own, yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like funny, bro.
On its own, it does.
But no, I mean, like, if you want milk that tastes as close to milk that's not milk, is oat milk. Oat milk tastes exactly like milk. Like, the consistency is thick as well. But point being is, unsweetened almond milk, I used to have is like 14 calories per 100 ml, or like something stupid like that. Have it with shreddies. Used to go Tarawih and that. After Tarawih, I used to go to the gym, bang out gym, come home, and eat the biggest munch, like a healthy, like you know what I'm saying. When you're fasting and you're on a diet, that meal that you have after you come home is gonna be like 1,000 calories, and you can afford to eat 1,000 calories because you're not eating the whole day. You know what I mean? So I used to eat 1,500 calorie meal or whatever, break it up. And in sahur time, just before you start again, I used to like have a little small bit of food and fast for the duration of the day. And I did that for 32 days straight. And I was quite proud of myself.
Nah, that's good, man.
32 days straight.
I think that's
have a fat cheat day at the end.
That was good though. But I think we have to be. If you kept that up, that was good, right? I couldn't keep that up.
It was a struggle.
It was
don't get me wrong. The third week, because everyone in my family clocked on, they're like, you know, you're on a streak. They started supporting me. And on the third day, it was like the 28th day, I was about to cheat. I said to my sisters, I was like, listen, I'm the cheat.
Toba, man.
And I'm the
in Ramadan, you're trying to cheat.
No, I mean, obviously, it was like the time when we broke our fast. But I was like, I can't take it anymore. I have to have a cookie. They brought cookies. Like, I swear, Asian parents always do this, bro. They want to tell you to lose weight, And when you see you losing weight, they tease you to go back into eating bad, bro. So they had a full stack of cookies. And I was like, I'm going to have a cookie right now. I can't take it anymore. And my sister literally said, you've come this far. You said you're going to do 30 days. Finish 30 days at least. And it was 2 days left. And they literally took the cookies out of my hand. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to something that I really want to eat, I just eat it. But I was like, it's 2 days left. Let's just do it. And those 2 days were the most grueling. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't easy 32 days, but I wanted to challenge myself in it. It was well worth it.
Having sport is very important, man. Having sport is very, very important. And I think the best thing, again, I could advise everybody is, and this is, I did a lot. When you talk about lectures, I did this a lot, and I still do it a lot, which is any opportunity I get to talk about healthy eating and staying fit, I'll talk about it. Because when you talk about it to others, it instills it in your mind. So this is a lot of people think. People think when you're teaching somebody, the person that you're teaching benefits the most. That's not true. When you're teaching other people, the person that benefits the most is yourself. So when you talk about health, now I'm talking to you, now that everybody's listening to this, I feel like I'm benefiting the most because it's instilling a lot of things in my mind. It's reinforcing certain things. It's repetition that conditions your mind to think about certain things. And I think that's very, very important, that if you want to start healthy, start talking to people about healthy eating, talk to your friends, talk to your family, make lifestyle changes, because when few people make a lifestyle change, it's easier. Let's say you're going out with your friends and you're all on a diet, everybody's going to be Everybody's gonna be like, okay, yeah, let's eat this because it's a healthier option.
They're gonna be
or
conscious
They're
of
gonna be
it,
conscious,
yeah.
and everyone's or if you're going to cheat meal, you have it together, you enjoy it. So it's, and especially if you at home. Now, for example, when I was obviously my wife, she is the most like anti-fitness person that you'd ever, like, she's one of the ones that never attended a PE session in her life. But because of a year of seeing me do a year of doing this every single day, she's given in. She's started on her own diet, off her own back. She's started training herself, and this is, and she's coming home. Oh yeah, I stacked these weights. I did this. I'm like, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I did never ever think that you'd ever have a word like, I'd never heard the word weight would ever come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But it does brush off.
It's positive reinforcement.
I think it's very important.
It's in anything in life, innit? If you want to achieve something in life, having a right circle around you, it just helps. But no, just to quickly touch on, I don't think we brushed over it too quickly, but when can people start expecting to see results? And we're not PTs, by the way. We're not fitness advisors or anything like that, or, you know what I mean? But just from our own experience, when did you first initially start seeing results?
Okay, I think, so to answer that question, I need to answer another question before that, which is,
Go on.
we need to, so once you've started a calorie deficit, you've started moving, and this is very important, by the way, right? Drinking water. Hydrating yourself is extremely important. Once you've started drinking lots of water, and in fact, right now, if somebody's watching this video, start drinking water. 2-3 liters easily, drink your water, right? As long as you're in a calorie deficit, meaning you're eating less than you take in, and you've started moving around, I think within the first week, you'll start seeing your scale move, right? Within the first week, by the first 7 days, I'd be surprised if the scale isn't moving.
Like on a physical experience level.
On a physical experience level, you know what, the thing is, it's tough for every person.
You'd notice it first before other people notice it. Isn't that right?
I don't know. I felt like other people witnessed it. They told me first. The thing is, you as an individual become accustomed to how you look and how you feel. Like even now, right now, I'm on my sort of my last cutting phase where I'm trying to finish off my last cut, right? And it's a very difficult time right now, right? I still feel like I'm overweight.
Why?
Everybody's telling me, no, look, you're looking in good shape, this and that, whatever the case is, because it's in my mind, isn't it? That, okay, I need to be here. So I think you'd start feeling changes. Number one, clothes. Right? And I think it's very important to keep clothes with you that you'd like to fit into. I think that's very important. I think that's like a very, like, if you've got trousers, belts, like if people are using belts, which hole is your belt going into, how your t-shirt fits you, how your jackets fit you. And I think it's important to keep some of these clothes in your wardrobe as like, I'm going to fit into that clothes. And I think that's a good feeling, When I wore this blazer, I felt so like, you know what?
Accomplished.
Accomplished, it fits me. To be honest, it depends. I think also very important to explain that you can't lose weight from particular areas. And a lot of people I've seen, I go in the gym.
How do I lose my belly fat?
And a lot of people, I'm going to tell that secret at the end, yeah? A lot of people, they go into the gym and they'll do crunches of 100, like 50 crunches, 60 crunches, 100 crunches, 200 crunches. And every day they'll come in doing the abs. Listen, guys, let me tell you a secret. You can't lose weight from one place. You have to lose weight everywhere. And this is, you have to train your abs to build the muscle, but you have to make sure you're losing weight everywhere. And as you lose weight everywhere, I've seen so many people say, well, I don't need to lose weight on my arms, I want to lose it for my legs. It doesn't work like that.
You can't choose, bruv.
You can't choose. You need to lose weight everywhere, and then eventually you will lose weight from where you need to.
From us being 110 kg, trust me, do you think we wanted to lose weight in our arms first? If we had the choice, we'd lose weight from our belly straight away. No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. You have to lose, you lose weight from wherever genetically it's built into you to lose weight. For me, for example, I gain weight in my face. You probably see on camera, but I'll gain weight in my face. But when I started losing weight, in the first week, even though I was still 110 kg, I lost weight in my face, and people are looking at me like, "You lost weight?" Like, no, my face is the first thing to shrink. For some people, it might be their arms. For other people, it might be their legs.
100%.
Their waist, their back, wherever. It's different to every person. But for me, it was my face. When I start training, my face, I noticeably see my face like losing weight straight away. But yeah, so basically, bro, like, just to obviously, we're going, like, just to wrap up.
No, we've got 10 minutes.
We've got 10 minutes?
Yeah, we've got 10 minutes.
We've got 10 minutes.
Just
Right,
try and kill 10 minutes.
Okay, fair enough then. No, I mean, but just to answer it briefly, because for me, like, I first started losing weight, started to notice that I lost weight when I was properly dieting, properly training in the first 4 weeks. And then people started losing weight. People started noticing me losing weight in like the first 2-3 months when I was consistent at it. That's when people, oh, you lost weight. I was like, thank you.
100%. I think now that we're coming to the end, I think there's a few things that we need to sort of summarize. And hey, guys, get ready for the secrets. Secrets are about to come out now, right? Number one, there's no secret. I'm joking. No.
There's no
Honestly,
secret.
guys, if you listen to this attentively, at this summary, you guys are going to lose weight. 100%. If you're not, you're going to go see a doctor, right? Number one, the first thing.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Was it? No, I'm joking. No. Honestly speaking, obviously, some people, if you are doing everything right, like some people you take thyroid tests and stuff like that. But generally speaking, let's give it a good summary. Number one, you need to be mentally ready. To be honest, that's the biggest battle. The biggest battle is not the food. The biggest battle is your mental ability. Your mental ability to say no to things when you don't need to have them. Your ability to say yes when you do want to have them. Your ability to take food with you in your bag and everybody else see. Your ability to say, I'm not going to eat this food. I am going to eat this food. I am going to take this food with me. I am going to take half an hour out of my time to schedule in my food. It's like anything. When you go to have fun, you schedule it with your friends. When you go to study, you schedule in your timetable. You go to work, you schedule in your clothes. Likewise, your food has to become part of your schedule. That comes from your mental. Number one, right? You need to tell yourself, guys, listen to this. 1 year from today, I'm not going to be in the same place. That's 365 days in a year. You're telling me you did something for 365 days in a year, you're not going to see a difference.
Yeah, you are.
You're going to see a difference. Even if I sat here and I punched this wall 360 times for a year, there's probably dent the wall by now. It's going to happen.
No, right? Your punches are probably won't.
It's going to happen. So make sure that you tell yourself today that whatever date is, write the date today. When you watch this podcast, put the date. 1 year from today, I'm going to see where I'm at.
And
take a picture.
It sounds like a long time, 1 year, but actually when I think of it, I started losing weight 2020, March 2020. And when it came to March 2021, 1 year went by and it felt quicker because you think, oh, 1 year, that's a long time. But when actually a year goes by, it actually, oh, wow, I lost this much weight in a year.
100%,
This is crazy.
So that's the number one.
Yes.
Mental.
Perspective, yeah.
And give yourself a 1 year goal.
Yeah.
In 1 year, I'm going to see, no matter what your starting point is, in 1 year, I'm going to, number one. Number two, start logging your food.
Yeah.
Start prepping your food. Right? And that's where Khana prep actually came from. That's what you remember that conversation.
Yeah.
We were trying to eat healthy. There was no food that was healthy. Like, okay, you know what? We need to make some food that actually tastes absolutely, out of this world. And that's when we started Khana prep. So prep your food, prep it. Get it from wherever you want. Obviously, get it from Khana prep. But if you don't want to, right? I'm being seriously, prep your food.
Prep your food either way.
Right? Prep your food either way.
Either way.
Mental capacity. Right? Number two. Number three, start moving.
Yeah.
Increase. If you're not walking, start walking. Start picking your phone up. Start walking. Start doing. Ideally, if you can get yourself into the gym, start, putting some progressive overload. Use some heavier weights, right? Not heavier, sorry, that's the wrong word. Start lifting weights. Whatever pushes you to your limits, let them push you. Number four, right? Is that number four or number three?
That was number three.
Number three. So number four, number four.
I almost count myself.
Number four, water.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate water. Drink as much water as you can. Obviously, don't go for like 15 liters. You might start becoming, God knows what's going to happen, right? But be healthy. 3-4 liters a day, drink water. Number five, start taking your days off. If it helps you every day, track your scale. Get a scale, write down your weight every single day. Work out your averages, right? You can get these scales, I think, these digital scales, they go straight onto your phone these days.
£20.
Right? 20, 30 pounds, you go on your scale, you stand on it, it goes straight onto your phone.
Amazon.
Yeah. And it will give you the graph. It automatically makes, if you don't have a scale, get a normal scale, write it down, keep a diary. And I guarantee you, do you know what? Maybe we can put an email on this, on the comments on this video. A year later, right today, anybody who's going to start the journey, in the comment of this podcast, I want everybody to write, I'm going to start my journey and just put the date. A year later, we're going to comment on that person. If they've stuck to 365 days, we're gonna comment on those videos, on those comments and be like, where you at. Yeah. If you do it for a year, there is no question asked that you're going to be in a place different to where you are today. Yeah, I won't 100%. Say that you're going to be happy because as human beings, we're never happy, right? We're ungrateful people
never satisfied.
Never satisfied. But 1 year from now, take a picture today, right? Take a picture, store it, and obviously in a year later,
if you do the right things, you'll see results.
100%. 100%. We're gonna carry on sharing this message in all the podcasts, right? And if any questions, anything that you want to know in the future podcasts, put in the comments. Masood, what are your sort of closing remarks?
That's it, man. Like, obviously, we talked about a few things. The main thing, guys, it's gonna be a mental struggle, man. Like nothing in life is worth having comes easy, and it's a cliche statement, but it's true. We're seeing it with building this business. We're seeing it with just our personal lives as well. Like you really don't underestimate the hard work. Don't think like, yeah, you might see a results photo in like 3 months time by someone and be like, oh wow, I just need to wait 3 months. No, it's 3 months every day, relentless. It's hard work, but you have to stay disciplined, committed, and if you're doing the right things, you lose weight.
And I forgot to mention, there are no secrets. There's no magical pill out
Sorry,
there.
bro.
Right?
Just in case you didn't clock in the
There
start.
there are no magic pills. No, any pill that you're gonna waste money on about losing weight is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. We've just given you
15-minute
We've
ab
just
workout.
literally given them the code sheet, right? We've literally just given them a code sheet on how to lose weight. Trust me, follow it, and I'd be surprised not to. Obviously, work out your macros. There's a lot of calculators out there. Speak to a PT.
Yeah.
You spoke to we had a PT on one of the last podcasts. Contact them if you want to. Get your macros, get your macros sorted and just follow them. Prep the food, and I'm telling you, a year from today, you're gonna be in a much, much different place. A place very different from where you're gonna be today.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the third episode of the Khana Prep podcast. Make sure you follow us on our Instagram, our Twitter. I mean, we ain't got Twitter. Why am I saying that? Make sure
We need to get it.
we need to get in there, bro. All right. Follow us on Twitter and then we ain't
And
got
subscribe
Twitter,
to obviously make sure you subscribe to the
subscribe
YouTube.
to the YouTube channel, of course. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, on our Instagram, and yeah, our new menu is coming out soon. Do you want to give a little plug? Little plug in the January 22
All
menu.
I'm saying, that new menu is
coming out.
something different.
Guys, listen.
It's like you're going to a Lebanese restaurant. It's like you're going to any restaurant. I don't know what.
Restaurant, bro.
Any restaurant.
All the cuisines, bro. All the cuisine restaurants into one menu. But no, if any like quick sales pitch, if you're ever wanting to lose weight, bro, like honestly, January 22, everyone's looking to lose weight. Everyone's trying to get into shape in the new year. What better way to start with the Khana Prep new menu is coming out? And yeah,
Yeah, that's it, man.
Cool.
That's it. Enjoy your Friday.